Gone are the days of silent suffering and hidden pain. Because 90 Day Fiancé star Chantel Everett has shocked fans with a jaw-dropping transformation that's sparking conversations across the internet. For years, Chantel has been admired for her striking beauty, her confidence, and yes, her enviable curves. Fans often accused her of going under the knife to enhance her chest, though Chantel herself always denied the rumors, claiming her bust was nothing but God's gift. But as glamorous as it looked on the outside, behind the cameras Chantel was battling a very different reality. That so-called gift was slowly turning into a curse. Imagine living each day with constant back pain, aching shoulders, and a weight, quite literally, that dragged her down. For Chantel, it wasn't just a matter of appearance anymore. It was a matter of health, of comfort, of being able to live her life without pain. In her own words, she admitted, "I get the backaches, but getting rid of the most fabulous boobs I've ever known is very heartbreaking." And yet, Chantel knew something had to be done. After months of pain and frustration, Chantel Everett made a life-changing decision to undergo breast reduction surgery. Her surgeon later revealed just how dramatic this procedure was. In the operating room, nearly 5 pounds of tissue were removed from Chantel's chest, about 2 pounds from one side and 3 pounds from the other. To put that in perspective, imagine carrying around a heavy bag of flour strapped to your chest every single day. That's the burden Chantel was forced to endure. No wonder her back was crying out for relief. When the surgery was complete, the results were nothing short of astonishing. Her surgeon proudly shared a video clip of the procedure, revealing not only the physical changes, but also the medical importance of what had been done. The excess tissue was gone, the skin reshaped, and Chantel's chest now had a natural, balanced, and comfortable size. The difference was immediately visible. Her bust no longer sagged under the strain of weight. Instead, it looked lifted, healthy, and proportioned. But the biggest victory wasn't just about looks, it was about how Chantel felt. Fans who saw her new look were left stunned. Her before and after transformation quickly went viral, with many viewers doing a double take. Gone was the discomfort etched on her face when she posed in swimsuits or fitted dresses. In its place was a woman radiating confidence, comfort, and relief. For Chantel, this wasn't just cosmetic surgery, it was liberation. And she's not alone. Countless women who've undergone breast reduction surgery came forward to praise Chantel's decision. They know the struggle all too well. The pain, the posture problems, the difficulty exercising, and the emotional toll of feeling trapped in your own body. These women describe their own post-surgery lives as freeing, empowering, and life-changing. And now Chantel joins them as a symbol of courage, someone who put her health above outside opinions and took back control of her body. Of course, the transformation wasn't without its bittersweet moments. Chantel admitted she felt a sense of loss, calling it heartbreaking to part with a feature she once loved and fans adored. But deep down, she knew it was the right choice, because no amount of physical beauty is worth living in constant pain. And today, the results speak for themselves. Chantel Everett looks refreshed, confident, and healthier than ever. Her posture has improved, her back pain is easing, and most importantly, she's finally comfortable in her own skin. This moment marks a powerful chapter in Chantel's journey, a story of courage, self-love, and transformation. What started as whispers of cosmetic rumors has now turned into a story of resilience. Chantel showed the world that sometimes the bravest choice you can make is the one that prioritizes your health, even when it means giving up something others admire. And in doing so, she's proving that true beauty doesn't come from size, or shape, or even perfection. It comes from strength, confidence, and the courage to choose yourself. So what do you think of Chantel's transformation? Was this the best decision of her life? Or do you miss her old look? One thing's for sure, Chantel Everett has redefined what it means to shine in the 90 Day Fiancé spotlight. And this time, she's doing it her way. In the wild world of 90 Day Fiancé, drama is never in short supply. But this time, fans are buzzing over a storyline that no one saw coming. Rumors that Yara and Andre may be secretly drawn to each other while keeping their partners completely in the dark. It all started when the franchise brought together two couple circles, Loren and Alexei, Elizabeth and Andre, and of course Yara and Jovi. The women bonded as friends, while their husbands also grew close. On the surface, it seemed like one big happy family. But as we know, on 90 Day Fiancé, peace never lasts for long. Tensions first sparked during Yara's much-anticipated launch party. What was supposed to be a glamorous celebration quickly spiraled into chaos. In a shocking moment, Yara accidentally spilled a massive secret that Andre had lost a staggering $75,000 in a Moldovan property deal. The problem? She never should have known in the first place. Jovi had told her, even though he was supposed to keep it quiet. And to make things worse, it was Alexei who was originally entrusted with the secret, making the whole situation messy and explosive. Soon, Elizabeth found out. Loren confronted Yara, and suddenly the women's close friendship was on rocky ground. What was once girls supporting girls now looked like betrayal and backstabbing, with Jovi and Yara painted as the instigators of drama. Fans didn't hold back, calling them trash for talking behind people's backs and stirring up fights that didn't need to exist. But while the surface-level drama was playing out, viewers started noticing something else beneath it all, something far juicier. Clips began circulating of Andre praising Yara, defending her, and even confronting Jovi about how poorly he treats his wife. He boldly told Jovi that Yara was too good for him, that she was well-behaved, perfect, and deserved better. Strong words, especially coming from another married man. Meanwhile, Yara herself never had much bad to say about Andre, aside from the infamous Moldovan money slip-up. Fans couldn't help but wonder, was there something more between them? The theories only gained traction after a particularly uncomfortable moment in Happily Ever After. Producers revealed teenage photos of Yara on a projector, expecting Jovi to smile and reminisce about his wife's youth. But instead, he mocked her, calling her unrecognizable and shading her for getting plastic surgery. The coldness was hard to ignore. And in contrast, Andrei's protectiveness of Yara only fueled speculation. On Reddit, fans started piecing together the puzzle. Some believe Yara and Andrei's chemistry could eventually lead to something bigger. They argue that Andre already clashes with Elizabeth and openly criticizes their marriage, while Elizabeth herself has admitted she sometimes wonders if marrying him was a mistake. Could a double breakup be brewing in the 90 Day Fiancé universe? With Yara leaving Jovi and Andre splitting from Elizabeth, only to find each other? It wouldn't be the first time reality stars traded partners, and if history tells us anything, it certainly wouldn't be the last. But not everyone is convinced romance is in the air. Other fans argue that Yara and Andrei's bond might not be about attraction at all, but rather shared roots. Both are Eastern European, and some Redditors pointed out that they probably remind each other of home. In that light, the connection could be less about sparks flying and more about cultural understanding. Still, others couldn't deny the obvious. They're both attractive, they respect each other, and they seem to share a natural ease when talking together, something that's been missing in their current relationships. So what's the truth? Are Yara and Andre just supportive friends caught in the whirlwind of messy drama? Or are fans witnessing the early signs of a forbidden attraction that could shake 90 Day Fiancé to its core? One thing's for certain, where Yara and Andre are concerned, the tension is building, the rumors are spreading, and the drama is only just beginning. For years, 90 Day Fiancé fans have rallied behind Jenny Slatten. From the moment she first appeared on screen, they rooted for her, cheering her every struggle, heartbreak, and triumph in the name of love. But now the tables are turning, because while Jenny has long been seen as the underdog, a new side of the story is emerging. One that shines the spotlight not just on Jenny and Sumit's love, but on the frustrations and burdens his family claims they've had to endure. And for once, it isn't all sunshine and fairy tales. In the latest episodes, viewers got a front-row seat to the tension still brewing inside Sumit's extended family. Despite their marriage being legal and official, not everyone has welcomed Jenny with open arms. Sumit's aunt, in particular, didn't hold back. Speaking to cameras, she remarked that Jenny was not only older than her, but that she looked like a grandma. Her words stung, not just for Jenny, but for fans who have stood by her all these years. Yet the criticism didn't stop there. Sumit's relatives insisted that his relationship with an American woman 3 decades older was breaking tradition, a move society back home would never accept. Sumit, on the other hand, stood his ground. Calmly, he explained that he was happy, that he had already walked down the aisle, and that he and Jenny were living together without issues. But his aunt wasn't convinced. To her, the age gap and cultural differences were impossible to overlook. The debate didn't end on television. Over on Reddit, fans began dissecting the relationship in a new way. One viral thread sparked intense conversation, asking if Sumit's family might actually have a point. The original poster laid out a list of accusations against Jenny. They claimed that she didn't cook or clean, avoided household chores, and wasn't integrating into Indian culture. Viewers will remember Jenny once making spaghetti for her in-laws, bluntly saying it was the only thing she would cook. But that wasn't all. The thread also criticized Jenny for not learning Hindi, even after living in India for nearly 7 years. Others claimed she was financially unstable, relying heavily on Sumit, and that together they enabled each other's lack of ambition. For the first time, fans were confronted with the possibility that Jenny wasn't just the victim of disapproving in-laws, but someone who may not have tried as hard as she could to bridge the cultural gap. The response was divided. Some fans nodded in agreement, arguing that Sumit's family had every reason to be upset. After all, from their perspective, he had chosen a partner far outside of societal expectations, someone older, foreign, and unwilling to fully adopt their way of life. But others quickly fired back, defending Jenny with passion. They reminded everyone of Sumit's own flaws. He catfished Jenny when they first met, stringing her along while hiding his true identity. He was also broke, jobless, and hardly a picture of responsibility himself. As one viewer put it, neither of them brings much to the table. But when they're together, their love is obvious. Their eyes say it all. So where does that leave us? On one side, you have Jenny, criticized for not fitting into Indian tradition, not learning the language, and struggling to meet her in-laws' expectations. On the other, you have Sumit, once deceptive, financially unstable, and still at odds with his family. It's a messy, complicated dynamic. But maybe that's exactly why so many fans remain glued to their screens. Because despite all the chaos, one thing is undeniable: Jenny and Sumit are still together. They've beaten the odds time and again, proving that love, no matter how imperfect, can survive when both people are truly committed. But the bigger question remains: is Jenny really to blame for Sumit's family's frustration? Or are they clinging too tightly to tradition, refusing to accept a love that simply doesn't fit their standards? For now, the controversy rages on. And Jenny Slatin, once the beloved underdog of 90 Day Fiancé, is finding herself in a new role, at the center of a debate that shows no signs of slowing down.